Welcome to the home of the Charlotte 49ers, Jerry Richardson Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the USC Trojans, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Charlotte 49ers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Trojans will kick it away to start. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Charlotte 49ers offense will take the field first. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man on the right. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. And why waste any time? Get right to it. The offense with a big play right out of the gate.
And sending a clear message, Reese, they are going to take shots. They've got playmakers. They've got dudes that can get downfield and locate the football. I love the attitude right out of the gate.
Bringing the heat. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
And the 49ers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Fires to the middle. And the throw downfield winds up incomplete, and there's a good reason for that. This guy was being mugged by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
Off the play fake on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down, and likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. Big guy smells it. Touchdown 49ers. And they have the first points of the game. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the USC Trojans offense will take the field for the first time. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been USC, you have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very
turning it up, just steamrolling the defense. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. First down from the 49. Reads it, fires complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain. So now it's second and long. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. It'll be third and long. They'll send the back in motion. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. It's on target and complete. The Trojans line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's second and 2. The 49ers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Third down coming up.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Didn't get much on the return, but what a huge play, and they are in business at the 24. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Pulls and fires complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The play action fake. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds his big tight end. This senior showed some serious arm strength, firing that one in for the first down. Hand off from the gun. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Here's a quick throw out to the left. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
First and goal, USC.
He'll pull it on the read. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, USC!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he puts through the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Miami opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice.
Here's the handoff.
Always fun to see two of the game's better teams duke it out at this point of the season. A good barometer, fellas, for both coaches.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Wants to fire on second down. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
I tell you what, man, you better be looking at your puppy dog feet and seeing where they are, Palmer. You don't want to get back in that end zone and bad things happen when you get sacked.
I don't know if you want to even risk this quarterback having to hold on to the football very much longer after watching that last play. This defense right now is pinning their ears back on this area of the field, and they are getting after him quick.
They'll run the option. Now the pitch. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They evened things up the last time they had it, and the defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. Works the middle of the field. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Using the quick game. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. The Trojans have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll go to the air. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. Early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Charlotte will send the offense back onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
That's another Charlotte.
Grab behind the line. It's Smalls. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Smalls. He's out of bounds, and they'll say he got it to the 45. And the 49ers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
That's another Charlotte.
Looking downfield on first down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Trojans! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Charlotte, 7.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also...
Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
That's another Charlotte.
Caught in the backfield, it's Smalls. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the...
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. And the quarterback just couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger and get rid of the ball, and they knock it free.
So let's give the secondary tons of credit, right, Reese? They were doing an outstanding job in the back end in coverage, not allowing any receivers open, and that's why the QB had to keep holding it and keep holding it. That allowed the pass rush to get to him, and that created the turnover.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Got him downfield. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They'll move the tight end. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Trojans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Nestled just inside that right upright. And that will extend their lead even further.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Charlotte will send the offense back onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Another Charlotte.
Wants to throw on first down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. They're dealing with a second and long. They'll run it from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires deep toward the end zone. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the pass interference penalty is costly, wiping out the turnover. Caught behind the line. It's Smalls. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense didn't have the personnel it needed. They call a timeout. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Going for 6. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Charlotte.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. UAB is putting on a show offensively. They've built up a comfortable lead against an opponent that's really been outmanned. They're up 14 over Oregon. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll run play action. He's got his man across the middle. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Got it set up on the outside. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
26. First down for the offense.
To the line quickly. They'll spike it to save some time. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. He slides that just inside the right upright. And that lead grows even bigger.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
He'll bring it out. It's Blue. Slips through the line. They just barely get him stopped, and he almost cruised all the way to the dressing room. A little excitement here to wrap up the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Charlotte. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Jerry Richardson Stadium.
The 49ers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. Gets it past the marker. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets him up, makes the big play out to the left.
Got his man in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Line getting set on second down. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Oh, he's got some space. He's forced out of bounds at the 31, but that is why you keep it on the ground. And the Trojans just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. He'll do it himself. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
And the extra point is good, and the lead moves to 20. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he closed the deal by scooting 31 yards for the score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. They haven't had a whole lot of production nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Trying play action. Here comes the heat. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Sweet cut there. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. And the 49ers getting set on 1st and 10. He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. Right back to the well. He has the first and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The 49ers are moving quickly down the field.
That's another Charlotte.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Quick completion to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Charging forward on the sneak.
The defense just can't seem to find a way to get off the field. That time, QB sneak for the first down. They need a turnover or something to try to generate some momentum.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Touchdown, Niners! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, you want to make big plays in the passing game, and to do that, you got to be able to read the defense, see what they're doing to make sure you don't put the ball in harm's way. You could see he drops back, got really good comfort level with what he's seeing. He knows he's going to fit that post over the linebackers in between the safety. Ball is on the money, and they're rewarded with a touchdown.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. So it's an 80-yard drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got it.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it 1st and 10 outside the 30. Looking to throw on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. The Trojans have pushed it inside the 20. Gets it out fast. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, USC!
And how about that? His 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, and number 3 is coming soon.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Charlotte, 21.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Charlotte will send the offense back onto the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Fires to the big fella. He'll step out of bounds just short of the 25-yard line, and this offense has an explosive play early in the drive.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Looking to throw on first down. And it's picked off for the third time today.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll give it to him again. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. And the Trojans in a good spot here with second and short. Give to the single back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Looking downfield on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got the tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. The give to the tailback. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. The Trojans kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll send the tight end in motion. On the ground. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Trojans.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made the extra point without problem. So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Got room to work. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. So the final period starts with a second down play. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. And now on second down for this offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. And the 49ers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Third down play from the gun. Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45.
That's another Charlotte.
Rides the back and leaves it. Turning it on. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The 49ers are marching down the field. Gives it on the option. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. Gives it on the option. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And the 49ers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Charlotte!
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw on that touchdown pass.
for what they hope is automatic.
Extra point.
Splits the uprights. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the Mountain West, which is why this one is notable. Kentucky is in trouble right now, and unless something drastic changes, we're looking at Wildcat on the menu tonight in Lexington.
They'll go to the ground. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Finds his big tight end. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Good enough for a first down.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th down. Will they bring out the punt team? Punt is on its way. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
To the air on 2nd down. Steps away to find some room. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. The 49ers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
This defense is there again. They keep feeding the back, and he finds no success at all. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Quickly complete. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on 3rd down. So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And now the lead is even bigger.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smalls. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Works the middle. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the 49ers come to the line on third and short. Look, and now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Leaves it with the running back. Breaks into the open. Got enough space. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head... And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Bringing it back. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. They're going to run it to the right. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Well, they say you win a few, you lose a few, and some get rained out. Would have been good for this team if this one had gotten rained out because they lost badly.
Yeah, not a lot to be too proud about in this one here. Good news is you get to go back to the drawing board. You get to go back, you get to have another week of practice as a coaching staff, try and find ways to get players in position to go out and make plays. Going to need a big locker room speech after this one, David.
Yeah, and you're going to watch this tape, and it's going to hurt because you're going to watch with your coaches, and you're going to see the mess-ups and all the things you could have done better, but you got to learn from it, you got to get better, you got to grow, and that's how that works.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.